Hello everyone and welcome to another Tempo Strategy Wild Hearthstone video. The Darkmoon Faire is setting up to be an exciting event packed with marvelous exhibitions, thrilling rides, and fantastic feats of daring. Just be sure not to feed the old gods, animals, while you're here. This latest Hearthstone expansion, Madness at the Darkmoon Faire, has fantastic cards to amaze players of all ages, and that includes its spectacular legendary cards. Which of these astounding acts will have the greatest impact in Hearthstone's Wild format? Come join us as we take a look at the top 5 legendary cards for Wild to come out of Madness at the Darkmoon Faire. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Tempo Strategy YouTube channel and to turn notifications on to stay up to date with our Wild Hearthstone content. First up, we have Lothraxion the Redeemed, who has prepared a wondrous light show with Baku the Moon Eater that's sure to dazzle your opponents. Lothraxion's battlecry permanently upgrades all of your Silverhand recruits to have Divine Shield after they're summoned, and for a deck that summons Silverhand recruits constantly, like Odd Paladin, Lothraxion's battlecry is a serious upgrade. Odd Paladin already includes Steward of Darkshire in order to give Divine Shield to its recruits, so we know this effect is powerful, and giving it to recruits permanently can give Paladin an edge in a variety of matchups. It helps your recruits to resist removal like Defile and Risky Skipper, while also helping to dominate the board against other minions in aggro mirrors. As a 5-mana minion, Lothraxion may seem expensive, but the investment pays dividends the later the game goes, and with Tour Guide in the mix, you can set up a 0-mana hero power before you play Lothraxion, so you can reap the benefits on the same turn. With Odd Paladin receiving some other potential upgrades, we're bound to see some fireworks out of Lothraxion and company in the Faire's opening days. Next up, we have Takadis as the star of the magic show, and his most astounding trick is making the opponent's deck disappear. Takadis is a powerful warlock minion whose battlecry removes the top 5 cards of your deck, but after you play a card that costs 7 mana or more and Takadis becomes corrupted, that battlecry removes the top 5 cards of the opponent's deck instead. The disappearing deck trick is an old favorite of controlling warlock players everywhere, and we've seen it before with Gnome Feratu, Rin the First Disciple, and the Treachery plus Felreaver combo, but what do all of these methods have in common? All of them have a long line of hoops to jump through in order to pull the trick off. For Takadis, it's as simple as playing one card that's more expensive than Takadis, and adding in Bran Bronzebeard, and you can destroy 10 cards from your opponent's deck in one shot, stripping them of threats and pushing them into the dark abyss of fatigue. With such a simple combo, you can use the rest of the deck to focus on defense, or fit in alternate win conditions to ensure the opponent has no chance to come back after you send their deck into another dimension. Either way, Takadis is sure to be a fantastic addition for control-style warlock decks in Wild, so be sure to check him out. Coming up next, we have a true act of mystification, a hall of mirrors built to confound your opponent with endless mage secrets. Twists and turns abound, and at the end of the funhouse, after all the secrets have been revealed, you'll find Sage, Seer of Darkmoon, drawing you all the cards you'll need to send your opponent to their doom. Sage's battlecry draws 1 card plus an additional card for every one of your secrets that have triggered this game. Can you think of any Wild Mage decks that love to both play secrets and draw cards? As a matter of fact, we can. Secret Mage is a perennial top-tier favorite that can trigger a ridiculous number of secrets over the course of a game, and it's definitely in the market for some extra draw power in order to finish the opponent off. And what about Reno Mage, which can be built to play extra secrets to keep the opponent off guard while cashing in on Sage's high-value battlecry? Sage is a sure bet there too. As long as your deck plays secrets, Sage has the potential to be a powerhouse, so it's sure to see a lot of play once Madness goes live. For our next act, we're returning to the Magician's stage, where we invite you to draw from the Deck of Chaos. Pick a card, any card. After you cast Deck of Chaos, any minion card in your deck will have its cost and attack swapped, and there's a treasure trove of warlock minions which become cheaper, yet even more powerful after the swap. Want to play a 3-mana 9/9 Voidlord? How about a 5-mana Arcwitch Willow or a 4-mana Valdris Felgorge? Not excited yet? How about playing a 4-mana Malagos along with enough burn spells to annihilate the opponent? This is just the beginning of the insane combos you can create with serious discounts on your most powerful minions. If there's anything Luna's Pocket Galaxy and Emperor Tharazan have taught us, cost reductions can be game-breakingly powerful, even those that don't have an immediate impact on the board. For a deck built to maximize its impact, Deck of Chaos is sure to be a game changer, so we expect it to make its mark in Wild one way or another. Finally, our last act is an absolute showstopper, literally, as in it's an old god that will not only stop the show, but it could also stop the entire fair and maybe even all of Azeroth all on its own. It's Yogg-Saron, Master of Fate, the second coming of Wild's resident King of of chaos. If you've cast 10 spells in a game, Yogg-Saron's battlecry spins the wheel of Yogg-Saron, which triggers one of 6 random effects that can unleash pandemonium across the board. 3 of the effects can neutralize the opponent's board while building an overwhelming threat of your own, while 2 of the others unleash a flurry of random spells, the impact of which is anyone's guess. Of course, the rarest result of them all is the Rod of Roasting, which casts Pyroblast randomly until one player dies. Like the original version, Yogg-Saron Master of Fate is a high-risk, high-reward, but unlike original Yogg, where you had to play as many as 30 spells in order to maximize his impact, the new Yogg requires you to only cast 10 spells, which makes the new Yogg-Saron Master of Fate much easier to activate. New Yogg is also more likely to have a positive outcome than its predecessor, since 57% of the time it's guaranteed to create a massive board swing in your favor, with only a 22% chance to get a result that could possibly work against you. All in all, Yogg-Saron Master of Fate is sure to become a wild community favorite, just like the original. After all, there's nothing quite like letting Yogg take the wheel. In the end, we're excited to see what the madness at the Darkmoon Faire has in store for Wild Hearthstone. These 5 legendary cards are bound to be fantastic, but they're not the only spectacular sights to see at the fair. From the new old gods to corrupted cards and everything in between, we're sure to see plenty of Darkmoon cards make their mark in existing archetypes or inspire new decks of their own. Which new cards are you the most excited to play with? Let us know in the comments, and as always, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to stay up to date with our Wild Hearthstone content. Thanks for watching!